Hello everybody, this is Adrienne with Ascension Soul Coaching. Today is Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. So today you heard the Queen come out and she gave a short response to the Meghan and Harry interview with Oprah. And it was very short, and she's just saying that it's a family issue. The racism is concerning, but they're going to deal with it on a family basis. So I was going to do a full-blown reading with you all today, but I'm just feeling when I started to to pull the cards out and start to think about what cards I want to use, and what questions I was going to ask, but it didn't seem appropriate to pull the cards. I was feeling some type of way, like the Queen, I believe, is put herself in a meditative mode where she doesn't really want to think too hard about what's going on. I mean, she's given it a rest, and she's going into meditative mode and prayer mode because she wants to respond in the most appropriate way that's going to provide healing for her family, healing for Meghan and Harry, so they can move on with their life. But I do believe still that she's going to end up taking things away from them. But I think she's not gonna do it all at once. I think it's gonna be very soon. I don't. It's as some of the announcements about what's going to happen is going to be internal to the family. We're not going to know every single thing, but we will know some things. So I just pulled a couple cards today because I just want to just get an overall feeling of where the Queen's mood is. So I'm not going to go into deep into what's happening outside of what's happening with her today or tonight. Just this USA time tonight. Probably right when I'm doing this, it's probably in the middle of the morning where you all are, or early morning. But I just want you to understand she's in a mood that she's in a very reflective mood. So I pulled 3 cards. So let's look at what the cards are, and I'm gonna hold them up to you because I'm using my phone right now. So the first card I pulled out was from the Osho Tarot deck, and the first card I pulled out was Suppression. So as you can see, the Queen, I hope you can see this, the Queen is tied up in knots. You see that? This whole thing with Harry and Meghan has got her in knots because this is not who she is. This is not what she wants to reflect to the world of who her family is. She's given a lot of her life of service to the British royal family, to the British people, to the Commonwealth. And so all she's ever wanted to do was to serve. When she became Queen, she promised she would do that. And she wanted goodwill to be reflected. She wanted to have a life of service. It wasn't about money, fame, and glamour and all that stuff. She put on her little flashy jewels every once in a while, but for the most part, she just wanted to serve. And so right now, with everything that's going on, and she's 94, going on 95 years old, and now she doesn't want this to be her legacy. She doesn't want to hurt her grandson, even though she knows her grandson's hurt her. He has hurt her. And so she's got to fine-tune what she's going to do because she doesn't want it to be overbearing for the rest of her legacy, that this is the last thing that happened. The Queen did this or did that with Harry. And it was either the right or the wrong choice, right? She's going to take care of this in a low-key manner. Well, she's going to handle her business, though. But right now she's in knots. How to move forward and do it the best way possible. So then the other card I pulled out was from my personal deck. Let's just call it a relationship deck. So it's just my cards I made. But anyway, the card I pulled was all talk, no action. So right now she feels, this is how I'm feeling. So this is all about her and how she's feeling. She's like, enough talk's been done. There's no more talking needed. And so just action. I don't need to say anything else. I have said what I'm going to say. I think Harry and Meghan knows what's about to happen. I think that they've already been told. So this when you heard in that interview with Oprah, that they said that they knew a lot of things before we knew it, before they sat down with Oprah. I don't know. Probably that prompted them to sit down with Oprah, but they've been working on Oprah since they've been engaged. But anyway, so, but now the Queen is like, okay, no more talking. You've said what you've needed to say. I have now said what I've needed to say. I've said it to you, Harry and Meghan. You all know now, or at least Harry. She spoke to Harry and told him what's going to happen. The families have already approved, and there's no more need to talk. people crying, people hurt. This is a clown. You know, that fake face. We're gonna, you know, people been hurt. Now we got to put the face back on because we've already cracked a little bit. The family's been cracked with all this talk. The family reputation's been cracked with all this talk. True or not true. So whatever the Harry and Meghan said, true or not true, whatever they said has put, you know, really saddened her. And so she's like, no more talking. It's done. I've said what I'm going to say. I've ruled. This is causing me too much issues, too much drama going on here, unnecessarily. Because Harry and Meghan was already gone. They didn't need to do that interview. And if they were going to do an interview, it never should have been that direct and negative towards the royal family. So she's tired of talking. There's I think they said earlier there was a different response to it that they had written, the palace had written, and she stopped it, and she said, nope, there's no more talking. This is done. We're done. It's like when you break up and it's over, it's just over. And then the last one I pulled was only 3 cards. The last one was pray. And I'm going to read it. Glasses on. And it says, I am open and receptive in the power of grace in my life now. I ask to be shown clear examples of how this energy is operating in my life. So, what I believe is that for this prayer and asking for grace, it is from a card, oracle deck called Grace Cards. So, she's in deep prayer because she wants things to heal. She needs things to settle down. People like, oh, just because she put out that short statement, it's not going to end it. We need to know who said what, and we need to know, who's the racist in the royal family. No, y'all don't need to know that. They're not racist. They may be old and stodgy, and they may, be of a different era. They may not really, Meghan was fresh, brand new, and something it was new that they had to deal with. They hadn't had to deal with it before. Doesn't make them racist. Maybe makes it culturally unaware. Excuse me. It may make them culturally unaware, but not racist. So I think that there's going to be a lot of healing, a lot of attitude adjustments going on. I think that's all that needs. It was, the conversation was said between family member and family member. So why anybody outside of that family needs to know anything, who said it, when we don't even know if it was really said in a racial way, if it was just a question, curiosity. We don't. Let her, she's right, handle it in her family. And that's the way Meghan and them should have did it. She's taken the upper hand and says, you know what? We're going to do this like a family. We're going to heal as a family, and we're going to move forward as a family. So she's in deep prayer. She's tied up in knots about what happened. It hurt her. Harry and Meghan hurt her to her heart because it's not, she represents the country. And so the people in the other countries are thinking she and her family are racist, or anybody in her family is racist, which she's never portrayed. Tell me one time y'all have ever heard that the Queen has said or done anything that was racist. Don't tell me about no Commonwealth stuff or something she had nothing to do with that was before her time. Tell me when she's ever been racist, or you all have heard Charles or William say anything racist. So, if you're in the confines of your own family and you ask a question to your family, and they put it out there, and now y'all think y'all need to know who's racist. No, you don't. If you love your queen, let her deal with this privately, because it's tearing her apart. 95 years old, served all these years. Never, y'all say, put a wrong foot front. Is that what y'all call it? Something like that? Put a wrong foot out there. It happened. It's something Meghan was very vengeful. She should never said it. She never brought it up. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Harry did not seem like he wanted it to be brought up. When he came into that interview, it was like he was blindsided by what was said. That Meghan had said that, and he had to answer for it, which is why he didn't want to speak about it. I don't think that was in the discussion that they were going to talk about that, but Meghan brought it up, and he had to address it. So I don't even think he wanted it out there, because he talked about everything else. He was open about everything else, but that's the one thing he said, no, I'm not going to talk about. It was said early on, and he didn't go into too much more in detail into Oprah tried to push, but he was like, So, yeah. And then that's another thing, is that too much talking has been going on, and I need to pray about this. And I need grace, and I need to be grace, and I need to show grace. So let her show grace to those people who just harmed her. Y'all need to stand up for the people over there in Britain. Stop asking. They know everything about what happened here. Let it go away. Let her deal with it in a private manner with her family. Because that's a family matter. Y'all always saying they're not changing and everything is about the company and everything is about the business and the firm. Okay, here's your chance to let her do something and deal with something on a personal level with her family. And that's all she's asking for. So she's going inside, y'all. And she's in meditation mode. Because when I even thought about reading on this situation tonight, I felt, don't read on it. There's something going on with her. She needs time and she needs space. She's working this out. And she's on a soul level, right? Because this is not how she wants to leave it, her family. She don't know when she could go. She's 94, 95 years old. She could die tomorrow. She does not want to go, and she could die in 10 years or 20 years from now. I'm just saying she does not want it to end like this. She's worried about her husband, Philip. So she's worried about Harry. We got the COVID stuff going on. She's pulled in so many directions right now. So spiritually is what I'm hearing is that we need to leave her alone for a while. It won't take forever. It will be addressed. It will be dealt with, but it's going to be dealt on a family level, and that's what we should allow it to happen. Just like it was your family. Just because somebody put your dirt out on the street don't mean you got to go follow it and push it further down the street. She's like, no, we're going to stop this right now. Harry and Meghan made the determination of what they want. I've already told them what's going to happen. And I'm not going to let that hurt me anymore. I'm going to go on and do my job. Once we get through this, continue to do my job and keep hoping and directing my next heirs and my grandkids and kids to continue on my legacy and be of service to the Commonwealth. So don't let anybody take the Queen's respect away. Y'all say y'all love y'all Queen. Y'all need to be protecting her right now because this is dangerous stuff that Meghan just stepped into. She's trying to bring down your monarch. She is a Trojan horse who was brought into the royal family. I don't know how she got there. There's many stories about who brought her in. But she's trying to ruin your royal family. My opinion, based on what I'm seeing, and y'all need to stop and say, nope, we're not going to let her take that family down. Whether you like him or not, that's not for her to do. Now, when you come there and intentionally hurt her like that, the Queen ain't never done nothing that I know of or heard of to anybody. So protect her. She's praying tonight, y'all. She is praying for grace. She's praying for guidance over your country, over the COVID, over the people, over her family, over her husband. So that's how I felt when I'm like, I'm going to read on the Queen and read on what happened. It's like, nope, stop. I felt blocks coming up all over me. So I said, well, Holy Spirit, if I do a reading, because I feel I need to say something. I ain't the Queen. I'm not the Queen's spokesperson by no means, right? But I feel like I need to say something because it seems such a heavy load right now. So I read, I said, I'll just put 3 cards. 3 cards from the healing, from my grace deck, the Osho Tarot deck, and from my personal relationship deck. Because I felt like I needed cards that had a heavy spiritual healing vibe to them. So my prayer to you people out there who has, this interview has pulled you in so many directions, to say, to even question whether the Queen or the family is racist. To just stop and pray for the Queen, pray for the guidance, pray for spiritual protection over your country and all people, and for healing, not this division and finger pointing. She's racist, he's racist. We gotta tear this person down. They don't need to be here anymore. They don't need to be in this. They don't need to be royals anymore. They've long served their purpose. We don't need that because you don't know what God has for them and what purpose they're serving. So it's not for you to tear them down. It's not for you to jump on that bandwagon when Meghan started. That family brought that girl into that palace, and you all welcome her into your country. Most of you. And this is, look at just what she's done. So don't blame it on the queen. Don't drag the queen and the royal family down for being open and being, I'm going to say, manipulated or whatever by this girl. And so the queen is really praying. I feel, and that's what Spirit's telling me, the queen is praying for y'all. For her peace, your peace, and her family's peace, and for the health and recovery of her husband. So let's just do that. Let's just do that. So that's all I'm going to do tonight. I hope I'm getting to you. I hope this is what Spirit is telling me. And I just hope you all understand I'm not doing this for no show. I don't get paid for any of this stuff. I don't have that many subscribers. I come on when I want to. I come on when I feel a need to. And tonight was one. So I'm talking to all you British people. I'm talking to all the Black African American people who were insulted by that interview and went away thinking the Queen was racist. Let it go. Let it go. Because it's not true. That woman is sad now. She is very sad and hurt. And she didn't do nothing wrong. But give her life of service. And still giving it. When you going to do it 94, 95 years old? Going all over the world. If we didn't have COVID, still going all over the world. Meeting all the people in the Commonwealth. Doing the best you can. Keep that in mind. But this journalist thing, oh, we are not racist. But no, you're not racist, but you're about to go after your queen. What does that make you? Protect her. Protect her. And I say that in God goodness. Amen. Blessings to all of you all. I'm not even going to push my service tonight. I'm just going to say, I wish you all a good night. Good morning, whenever you see this video. Have a great day. Pray for your queen. Pray for your family. And blessings and peace to all of you. Good night. Adrian with Ascension Soul Coaching.